All right, now on Blitz, we invite Lumpkin Co Lady Indians soccer coach Don Brock. Coach Brock, really appreciate your time. Thank you for being on Blitz today.
Not a problem. Glad to be here.
Now, Coach, your team has been really impressive so far. Kind of haven't missed a beat since last season. Ranked number 7 in the state, the Lady Indians are 5-0 with a tie. Assess this season for us so far.
Well, so far this season, despite the fact that we've had so much snow, the inclement weather has kept us from practicing. My team's responded really, really well. We're a pretty young group, but we're a highly skilled group. And so far, we're continuing to improve. I think we haven't peaked yet. I think we've got the best is yet to come. But I've been really impressed with every aspect of our game. We're really looking forward to the rest of the season.
Well, that's pretty scary if your team hasn't reached its full potential yet. But, so far your defense has been outstanding as well as the offense. You've outscored opponents 30-2. But what can you say notably about the defense? If you look back counting the scrimmage, you have 5 shutouts already.
My defense has been a real surprise for me. I had several players coming back that were key defenders. Particularly Abby Hunt and Savannah Rout came back as strong starting defenders from last year, but I graduated 4 senior defenders last year. But I've had some players that have stepped up and really filled into positions. Emily Dresmish is a returning player that just picked up defense this year and has been real solid. I've got some freshmen that have stepped in particular Kat Cunningham, who has just been relentless. And they've just been a really solid back line. And, of course, with the experience of Ashlyn Atnip in the goal, anything that does get through, she's received all region honors the last 2 years. So we're really a lot stronger defensively. And, honestly, some of the work that they did in the offseason has just really been impressive.
Yeah, and speaking of last season, 10-5 with 2 ties, make it to state playoffs. Lost to Grady in the opening round, a tough draw for you there. But what was the importance of to the program to be able to get there last year, and what would be the importance of making it back to back if you can do the same this year?
I think it's important for us to make it back this year. And last year it was really a tough road to actually make the state playoffs with the region that we were in. It was a pretty darn tough draw, but it could have been worse. But for us to make it back again this year would really set a precedence and really let everybody know the direction the program is going. Honestly, this year our eyes are set on not just going to state, but we want to host the matches.
Right, and you talk about the growth of the program, and that's been evident when you look back at you go from 3 wins, 6 wins, 10 wins over the last 3 years. Is that a sign of the maturity that we're seeing in this program?
I think what we're seeing is a culmination of many years of hard work in some of our feeder programs. Many years ago, we had a group, Dahlonega United Soccer Association, that forged the groundwork for what we're seeing right now. My freshmen, my really young players, were young players in that group. Unfortunately, that group, Dahlonega United, did not last for long, but the players stayed with the programs, with soccer, and moved on to USA. Some of them went to LSA and continued playing at a high level. So what we're seeing right now is the benefits of that and the hard work of the people that have really built our feeder program up.
Yeah, now you talked just a few moments ago about last year's region being really tough, and perhaps that's made it a little bit easier now that you've moved down to Class 3A. I know the region itself is still pretty difficult, but how would you say that 4A competition has prepared you for that step down into 3A?
When we got placed into 4A, we were all a little bit taken back. It was really, really tough being really, if not the smallest, one of the smallest schools in the entire classification. The schools that we played against were much, much larger than we were, or still are. It did help us out, though. I mean, honestly, it raised our level of expectation. We had to realize we were going to have to play at a higher level every game because even the weakest teams in that region were strong teams, and any team could beat any other team really any day.
Yeah, and this region, again, is also pretty tough. Of course, most people had assumed early on Dawson County would be the one to beat on both the boys and girls side. It seems like the girls would be your biggest threat at this point. What do you see so far out of Region 7 AAA, and where you feel like your team can compete within that?
I have played several teams over the years that are in this region. Some of them have been in the same classification as us in the past. Franklin and Fannin and, Banks County, West Hall. These are all schools and Dawson, all schools that we've played in the past. Some of them we've continued to play over the years. I think we're going to fit real well in this region. I do think that Dawson is very likely to be the biggest competition for us. I know that most people would pick them to win the region, and I think that when it comes right down to it, our match, whether or not it picks the region champion or not, is going to be a very competitive match. It's going to be a great match to watch. Yeah.
Well, Coach Brock, we really appreciate it. Thank you for your time, and really looking forward to seeing your team get back to state for a second year in a row and maybe make a deep run at it this time.
I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Still to come, we have our Player of the Week award, and you don't want to miss it.